Hey, what's going on, people? It's a little after 2:30 a.m. here. I'm going to head to bed. Got a long day tomorrow at work, or today at work. I still keep thinking tonight and tomorrow is two different things here, when actually it's way early Sunday morning. And I want to give my take on something that was brought up last night on last night's Monetize This. And I was really intrigued by the conversation that was going on between Justin Bailey, Joe and Leah Cronin, and Dave Rose. About the live-action version of The Little Mermaid, the Walt Disney animated movie. And the situation is that the role of Ariel, originally a white girl in the original animated movie and in the original storyline, will now be portrayed by a black lady in the new live-action version that's soon to come out or is still being made as we speak. Now, the lady that's going to play the Little Mermaid in this version is named Halle Bailey, who I understand is a singer. You know, I already saw one drawing of what this new Little Mermaid would look like, and it is pretty breathtaking, I will say. I wish I had it with me. I had to go to my tablet and find it for you. But the subject that was proposed was if a black character that everybody's seen in movies, this movie, that movie, this movie there, all of a sudden is remade in this day and age as a white person, would the black community be upset over it? Would they cry foul? Would they cry racism? Basically, if Blade, the half-man, half-vampire killer himself, was rebooted in the new action flick, probably next year or the year afterwards, as a beefed-up white character, would everybody lose their shit? And I'm thinking most likely they would, which was my response. They would. When people grow accustomed to a character that they know by his looks, his race, his performance, his whole personality, they get used to that. And when all of a sudden a new version of that particular person is being presented to the public, but it's a different either gender or race, people are going to get upset. I mean, look at all the flack Jodie Whittaker got when she was cast as the 13th Doctor in Doctor Who. A lot of people were upset over that, you know, because usually we know the Doctor is usually a male. But then again, I guess according to the 5th Doctor, played by Peter Davison, the funny thing about regeneration is that you never know what you're going to end up as. In fact, there was something brought up back in 1986, possibly of the Doctor morphing into a woman. That was presented on one of the comments on the Facebook page about this subject. Now, I would ask this little question here. I was wondering, you know, this is not the first time this has happened. back in, I guess, in the early, I forgot it was the early 2000s or later 1990s. There was a movie version of The Honeymooners, the classic Jackie Gleason, Art Carney series. The movie version. But it had an all-black cast, featuring Cedric the Entertainer as, of course, Ralph Cramden. I guess Mike Epps played Ed Norton. I was wondering if any of the original Honeymooners appreciators would be upset over that. I wonder if any Native Americans were upset over Johnny Depp, a white actor, portraying Tonto in the recent Lone Ranger movie that came out 1 or 2 years ago. Actually, a couple years ago, I should probably say. Were they upset over that? Or are they upset over the multiple white actors that portrayed Indians, Native Americans, in old 1950 Western programs like Gunsmoke or The Rifleman with Chuck Connors? Would they be upset over that back then? There was certainly no issue when Brandy Norwood, aka Brandy the Singer, was cast as I guess a TV movie of Cinderella. I don't think people were upset over that, you know. And here's something I would like to know as well. This is really was really boggled my mind. I wanted to bring this up during this subject. Were there any Asian people that were upset that John Wayne, the Duke, was cast as Genghis Khan in a 1956 movie called The Conqueror? That was funded by the multimillionaire Howard Hughes, the big Donald Trump, the big billionaire back in his day, basically, he would be referred as nowadays. Of course, you know, people really were more concentrated on, I'm thinking they were concentrated on not just his performance, but they concentrated on how terrible that movie was. From what I understood, it was one of the many worst films in cinematic history. It was also the movie that would later kill John Wayne himself and a couple others from the cast and production crew. Mainly, of course, what you expect, it was filmed near a nuclear bomb testing area somewhere in Utah. All of them have to crew up there ended up dying of cancer. I think probably there was the reason why they're probably Disney that is doing this is probably because for 2 words, political correctness. That's the main thing nowadays. It's been like that since it started in the 1990s. And many entertainment companies try their best to follow up on what's trending. Either that or some of the execs who work at these entertainment companies are, of course, politically correct people themselves, and they feel the necessary to force this PC bullshit upon everything they do to everybody else. You recall that the live-action version of Beauty and the Beast featured a gay male couple. Now, I don't know if it was featured in the original animated version, but if that was added, but I'm thinking because of the political correctness craze, that particular gay couple was added later on in the live-action version. So that's probably one of the big reasons. So it's just something to really think about when I propose here, you know. I would like to hear from everybody else who watches this, you know, to give their take on this subject, you know, because it is something, you know. Suppose on the reboot of Spawn, who was a black action comic book character, was redone in this day and age, but with a white actor portraying the title character. Would all the black people get upset? Or if Black Panther turned out to be a white guy within a Black Panther suit, you know? Would the blacks be upset over that? It is something to think about, you know. I know it's a subject that could probably go on forever, but like I said, something to think about. I'm Dr. Earl. Thank you for watching, good people. Subscribe to my channel. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have a good one.